Look, I'm going to be brutally honest with you right now. If you clicked on this video, you're probably hurting. Maybe she left you. Maybe she chose someone else. Maybe she's acting like you never even mattered. And right now, you're sitting there wondering how to make her see what she lost. You want her to feel that sting of regret. You want her to lie awake at night thinking about you. But here's what most guys get completely wrong. They think making someone regret losing you means playing games, posting thirst traps, or pretending to be someone they're not. That's amateur hour. What I'm about to show you goes deeper. This is about fundamentally transforming who you are so that she can't help but wonder what the hell she was thinking when she let you go. And fair warning, this might hurt to hear, but stick with me until the end, because the last strategy I reveal, it's the nuclear option that changes everything. Let's get into it. First, we need to talk about why she actually left. And I need you to really hear this, because most guys live in complete denial about this part. She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. She left because you stopped being the version of yourself that attracted her in the first place. Think about it. When you first met her, you had your own life, your own goals, your own identity. You were mysterious, challenging, unpredictable in the best way, but somewhere along the line, you made her your entire world. You became available 24/7. You stopped hanging out with your friends. You gave up your hobbies. You waited by your phone for her texts, like a puppy waiting for its owner to come home. You became predictable, safe, boring. And I know that sounds harsh, but women are biologically wired to be attracted to value. And when you make yourself completely available, when you revolve your entire existence around someone else, you're communicating that you don't have anything else going on, that she's the best you can do. So, before we talk about making her regret anything, you need to accept this, the version of you she left. That version needed to be left, because that version wasn't the real you. It was a watered-down, desperate version that lost himself trying to hold on to someone else. Now here's where the dark psychology comes in. The first move in making someone regret losing you is what I call strategic absence, but not the kind you're thinking. Most guys, when they get broken up with, they do one of two things. They either become pathetic, begging and pleading and asking for another chance, or they go the opposite direction and try to make her jealous with obvious tactics. Both approaches scream insecurity. And insecurity is the ultimate attraction killer. Here's what you do instead. You disappear completely, and I mean completely. No texts, no calls, no drunk messages at 2 a.m., no accidentally showing up where you know she'll be, no watching her Instagram stories, no liking her posts, radio silence. Now, here's the psychology behind why this works. Human beings are terrified of being forgotten. We can handle being hated. We can even handle being loved. But being irrelevant, being so unimportant that someone can just move on and forget we existed, that's the fear that keeps people up at night. When you disappear, you create a void, and that void starts to grow in her mind. She'll wonder what you're doing, who you're with, whether you're thinking about her. But here's the key. This only works if you're actually using this time to transform yourself, because eventually she's going to hear about you, she's going to see you. And when she does, you need to be undeniably better than you were. Which brings me to the next part. This is where most guys quit, because transformation isn't easy. It requires you to actually do the work instead of just playing games. But if you want her to genuinely regret losing you, you need to become the version of yourself that she couldn't even imagine losing in the first place. Start with your physical appearance. And I'm not talking about getting a haircut and calling it a day. I'm talking about a complete physical overhaul. Hit the gym. Not once or twice a week, but 5-6 times a week. Get a trainer if you need to. Transform your body into something that makes her do a double take. The goal is for her to see you in 6 months and literally not recognize you at first glance. Upgrade your wardrobe. Throw out those ratty t-shirts and cargo shorts. Dress like a man who respects himself, like a man who has options. But here's where the dark psychology really kicks in. Don't do any of this for her. Do it for you. Because when she sees you and realizes you're thriving without her, that you did all this work and she wasn't even a thought in your mind, that's when the regret really starts to sink in. Next, your career and finances. Start taking your professional life seriously. Get that promotion. Start that side business. Make more money, because like it or not, ambition and success are attractive. When she sees you leveling up professionally, when she hears through mutual friends that you're doing incredibly well, it plants a seed of doubt in her mind. Did I make a mistake? Could I have been part of that success? But don't stop there. This is where most guys plateau. They get in shape, make some money, and think that's enough. Wrong. You need to rebuild your entire social life. And this is crucial. Start saying yes to everything, every invitation, every opportunity to meet new people, every chance to try something new, make new friends, join new communities, pick up hobbies that put you in social situations, take salsa classes, join a hiking group, start training for a marathon with a running club. And here's the important part. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with women. I'm not saying date everyone you meet. I'm not even saying you need to be romantic with anyone. But you need to be seen as someone who is wanted, someone who has options, someone who other women find valuable. Post photos on social media, but be strategic about it. Don't post obvious thirst traps or "look how happy I am without you." Posts that's transparent and desperate. Instead, post yourself genuinely enjoying life, at a concert, on a trip, at a dinner party with friends, and yes, with other women in the photos. But make it natural. Make it look like you're not even trying, like this is just your life now. Because here's the dark psychology. Women want what other women want. It's called pre-selection. When she sees other women valuing you, wanting to be around you, choosing to spend time with you, it triggers something primal in her brain. She starts to wonder if maybe she misjudged you. Maybe you were the catch all along and she just couldn't see it. But we're not done yet, because the next strategy, this is where things get really interesting. Eventually, you're going to run into her, maybe at a party, maybe through mutual friends, maybe just randomly at a coffee shop. This moment is critical, because how you handle this encounter will determine whether she truly starts to regret losing you or just thinks you're doing okay. First rule, act like you've completely moved on. And I don't mean put on a show. I mean genuinely be in a place where seeing her doesn't shake you, where you're not nervous or angry or trying to prove anything. When you see her, be friendly but distant, warm but busy. Give her a smile and a, "Hey, how have you been?" But don't linger. Don't ask her to catch up. Don't bring up old times. Talk to her for maybe 2 minutes. Keep it surface level. Mention you're doing great. Maybe briefly mention something exciting happening in your life. Then excuse yourself. You've got places to be, people to meet. The key is to make her feel like she's just another person you used to know, not someone who broke your heart, not someone you're trying to impress, just someone from your past who you're polite to, but don't really think about anymore. This does something incredibly powerful to her psychology. It makes her realize that she's no longer the main character in your story, that you've written new chapters, met new people, and she's just a footnote now. And that realization, it cuts deep. Now here's where we get into the really dark stuff, the psychological paradox that makes all of this work. The harder you try to make someone regret losing you, the less likely they are to actually regret it. But the more you genuinely move on and build an amazing life without them, the more they can't stop thinking about what they lost. It's a paradox. The moment you stop caring whether she regrets it, that's the moment she starts to regret it. So everything I've told you, all these strategies, they only work if you do them for yourself. not as a manipulation tactic, not as a game to win her back, but as a genuine transformation into the man you were always supposed to be. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to tell you. Maybe she shouldn't regret losing you. Maybe you weren't right for each other. Maybe she did you a favor by leaving because it forced you to finally become the person you're capable of being. The goal isn't to get her back. The goal isn't even to make her regret it, really. The goal is to become so undeniably valuable, so genuinely fulfilled, so completely transformed that whether she regrets it or not becomes irrelevant to you. So let me give you the nuclear option. The final strategy that either changes everything or closes this chapter forever. After you've done all the work, after you've transformed yourself, after you've built this amazing new life, after you've genuinely moved on, if she reaches out to you, and if she expresses regret, and if she wants another chance, here's what you do. You take your time responding, days, maybe even a week. And when you do respond, you're honest. You tell her you've changed, that you're not the person she left, that you've built a life you're proud of, and that while you appreciate her reaching out, you're not sure if going back is the right move. Then you tell her you'll think about it, and you actually do think about it, not from a place of desperation or revenge, but from a place of genuine self-respect. Ask yourself, is this person aligned with who I am now? Do they add value to my life? Or am I just tempted by the ego boost of having them want me back? Because here's the ultimate dark psychology. The sweetest revenge isn't making her regret losing you. It's getting to a place where you're genuinely unsure if you even want her back. Where you have so many options, such an amazing life, such genuine fulfillment that she becomes just one option among many. That's when you've truly won. Look, I know this video might have been tough to hear, but if you made it to the end, you're ready to hear the truth. Stop trying to make her regret anything. Stop playing games. Stop obsessing over someone who doesn't want you. Instead, use this pain as fuel. Transform yourself. Build an incredible life. Become the man you were always capable of being. And whether she regrets it or not, that becomes her problem, not yours. If this video helped you, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more no-nonsense advice about dating and psychology, and drop a comment below telling me what part of your life you're going to transform first. Remember, the best revenge is becoming someone she can't afford to lose. And by the time she realizes that, you'll be too busy living your best life to even care. I'll see you in the next video.